Have you ever wondered what the world will look like 100 years from now? What will our relationship with AI be like? Will the world be a better place? Or will we find ourselves in an unprecedented level of control? If these questions intrigue you, perhaps in the virtual metaverse we've constructed, you might find some critical thinking and insights. The first part is the construction of a virtual world through deep integration of AI and capital. Capitalists have utilized superintelligent AI to develop what's called the ultimate living solution virtual reality system. In this virtual world, blue skies and green spaces are everlasting, and resources will never run out. While it appears perfect, it actually hides a dual exploitation of ordinary people's spirit and labor. When users enter the virtual world, they must upload their personality data, lifestyle habits, and memory fragments. Super artificial intelligence will analyze and summarize these data and carry out highly personalized design for different generated data of each person, generating a virtual environment that is fully in line with personal preferences, bringing people an immersive experience and a perfect world. At the same time, everyone in this world must work, completing a certain amount of tasks to earn energy points as payment. If you do too little, you may be punished. Every individual's actions, work, and even thoughts are captured and controlled by AI. While in contrast, capitalists gain more rights and resources in reality. The second part is the psychological escape and individual crisis in the virtual world. Deeply immersed in the virtual world, humans attempt to escape the pains of the real world, seeking comfort in virtuality. However, this psychological escape doesn't bring true relief. Instead, it deepens societal alienation and individual crises. The construction of the virtual world. Although seemingly providing a brand new living space for humans, the psychological problems hidden behind it are also very serious. These problems not only affect one's emotional state, but also greatly affect one's self-identity, self-awareness, and understanding of freedom. The capitalists create a false sense of freedom through precise algorithmic control, gradually making people lose the courage to face reality. Individual identity and free will are severely eroded, and people wander between the virtual and the real, and finally fall into a deep state of alienation. Unconsciously, you are firmly controlled by both capital and AI. The third part is capitalism and social control. The work people do in the virtual world is more about entertainment and task-oriented activities, aimed at consumption rather than production. In this process, human creative labor is reduced to a symbolic existence, with labor value directly serving capital. Referencing Foucault's theory of panopticism, in the design of Panorama Prison, surveillance is everywhere, but the observer is always invisible. And this power structure of visible control and invisible observer makes the people at the bottom have the consciousness of self-discipline in the subconscious. AI monitors and analyzes user behavior, precisely predicting individual needs and actions and intervening in their decision-making through algorithms, creating a digital panopticon. This digital panoramic prison is not only hidden, it can even create a sense of being controlled. That is, people in it think that their choices are based solely on free will. However, under the dual influence of data monitoring and behavioral guidance, individuals have actually lost their real freedom. In the virtual world, AI not only acts as the enforcer of the rules, but also becomes the monitor and guide. Every action an individual takes in a virtual space is recorded, analyzed, and used for commercial purposes. This control mechanism appears in the face of personalized service, seemingly improving the user experience, but firmly locking individuals in the track of capital operation. The last part is social inequality and human crisis. Capitalists, by monopolizing the technology and resources of the virtual world, have established a self-reinforcing cycle. Ordinary people depend on the virtual world for survival, while capital uses this dependence to further expand control over resources. As ordinary people strive in the virtual world, capitalists enjoy real freedom and luxurious lives in the real world. Meanwhile, the virtual world worsens the wealth gap. Higher-income users enjoy better virtual experiences, while lower-income individuals are trapped in inferior conditions. In the beginning, virtual worlds were promoted as equal and open spaces, a lifeline for humanity in a resource-depleted planet. In practice, however, it has become a tool for capitalists to consolidate their privileges. Power inequalities that exist in the real world are mapped into the virtual space and further deepened by capital through technological means. This inequality deprives most ordinary people of the possibility to protest capitalist oppression, posing a severe crisis to humanity. After watching this, you might think such an assumption is quite cruel. However, the real core issue is that we should reflect on the social and economic factors behind these phenomena. We must consider how we, as ordinary people, can address such crises. In this technology-filled era, although we are ordinary, we are not completely powerless to change the status quo. We must always remain vigilant about the development of artificial intelligence, mindful of its potential ethical issues, and propose new rules to limit capital's monopoly over technology. What if we could inject more humane values into the design of artificial intelligence and add more ethical considerations in advance? Ultimately, we all hope that the future virtual world is not a shackle or tool for exploitation, but filled with hope.